1750. New era.
Is that how you want? That's how.
You hear?
Bam.
He's trying to throw up.
Aaron's out
He's
here.
trying to throw out
I
prices
got one
like
for you, Greg.
like
Aaron's
I got one for you. Right. I got you.
Welcome to the To Be Named podcast, everybody.
Hey, this one looks. Hey, look.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to
You
the Other Binotto Brothers podcast.
know, you got to cut in your intro.
You always got to cut in on the intro, Aaron. This is Aaron, Paul, and myself, Greg. Basically, we finally got sports back, so we're finally going to be able to dive in a little bit of that. Some NBA going on. Currently, I think Paul's currently watching the Lakers game, and I have the Penguins game going on. We don't cover it.
I actually took the Lakers game off. It was halftime. I got the Cubs game on.
Who's winning? Who's winning?
Lakers were losing down 7.
Who are they facing?
Jazz.
Jazz.
No, they're not playing the Jazz. The
I
Jazz
want to
played,
say the Jazz.
The Grizzlies.
All right. No, I don't know who they're playing with.
Doesn't matter who they're playing because they're not going to win the fucking championship. But
Oh wow.
so we got a little bit of. But what I was saying was there's some hockey going on. We got some baseball going on. We got some basketball going on. Sports are back. Like, I don't know about you guys, but, like, my dick's been hard for about a week about how sports have been back.
Oh.
Yep.
No, you're on the hill right there.
Well, dude, I mean, I'm sorry. There was a
I
point.
wouldn't say realistically.
Realistically, there was a point in time where we realized that the sports probably weren't coming back.
No, you're in par out in these first 2 minutes.
Bro, you have no idea how happy I am sports are back.
Okay, I currently have the Lakers game back on.
No, I think we do. I think we do.
Sports are back, and I'm so excited that I watched the Jazz and the Grizzlies today, and how depressing that was to watch, and how much I enjoyed doing it was phenomenal. I enjoyed every second of
The Lakers are down 10 at the moment.
Fuck the Lakers.
Against who?
Thunder.
Oh, that's right. The Thunder look tough. The Thunder look real tough. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Let's talk about them real quick, because they look like if they were going to push for that 8 spot or the 7 spot. Man, are they going to come close to it?
I kept telling people that Shai Alexander was a really good player, and I didn't know why the Clippers got rid of him. Because he's tall. He's super tall. He's not Giannis, but he's huge, and he played point guard his whole life, not like Giannis, who was just whatever he had to play.
I think realistically, no one was expecting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to be the player he was. I mean, the Clippers knew they had something special when they set him off for Paul George. I mean, they kind of had to. To get Paul George, you probably had to give up a big piece like that as hard as it was to get. They had to give him everything. This is Paul George, who they just re-signed a year prior, just traded him a year later.
The Paul George who tried to jump in front of Devin Booker and couldn't foul him. Couldn't stop him from making the game winner, though. You know,
got his ass Kobe.
You know, it just seems like Kawhi and Paul George are just so used to having people make shots in front of their faces. It's so weird. so weird to me, you know.
I mean, I
would think after last year, the logo when Logo Lillard, he made that.
They're already like the Clippers are already in the playoffs. They have nothing to really worry about but siege right now. When it comes down to it,
look at you.
When it comes down to it, because I'm not gonna lie to you, the Clippers were playing bad. But I feel like when you get to the playoff format where you get the cyborg fucking Kawhi Leonard in there, it's going to be a little bit of different take. What do you think, Paul?
Shit, Anthony Davis been balling.
Anthony Davis has been
LeBron been chilling.
I don't know if he's chilling. I just think he's out of shooting shit.
I haven't literally watched a lick of nothing low-key. I finally watched some sports yesterday.
Well, the game he played against the Clippers was really bad. He's had barely any points. He's getting a lot of assists, but he's not.
That game
actually, none of them are making shots.
That game that LeBron and the Lakers had against the Clippers, though, I think it was like the first game. Man, Kawhi looked like he was having a hard time against Kawhi. Kawhi was having a hard time against LeBron. It's like probably towards the end of the fourth quarter, where it looked like Kawhi Leonard was just shutting him down time after time after time. And this was late in the fourth, and this is usually when Kawhi's at his best. This is when where we got him as a cyborg. You know, this is where the cyborg came out.
Well, you know, LeBron, he might not be able to make a shot, especially since he hasn't played in a few months, but he could do everything else. Just, you know, gets out of bed and he'll go ahead and get you some assists and rebounds. So, I mean, we'll see.
That's what LeBron does at his best, and that's what, at like that age, that he's doing the greatest. He's be able to fucking dunk on people like it's like he's 21, assisting people like he's like the next two. Like, I can't think of a good assist person right now. Like Jason Williams, because he's doing some wild ass fucking assists. And he's also like a really good leader. So that's what probably makes it easy to be LeBron James in LA when you have that. I mean, that guy is gonna go down as one of the best players ever at one point, but he's still never gonna be better than Jordan, and I can take that to my
grave. It's cool. You know what? I wanted to say something. You said the Lakers aren't going to make it to the championship.
No, not at all. They might make it to the conference finals if they don't run into the Clippers.
That's okay because the Suns are. Let's go. So the Suns this season so far, since coming back, are 3-0. All right, they were 3 games behind, 6 games behind. They were 6 games behind, but the team above them, which is the Grizzlies, don't quote me. Have lost 2 of their or all 3 of their games. So they're still
they even lost the one today as well.
Yeah, so the Suns are 2-3 games behind. They have 5 games left. So for the Suns at least. So you know, I'm looking forward to D-Book.
Well, I think what the playoff was meant for was for situations like that. And right now, if it comes true that Jaren Jackson Jr. is indeed hurt and he's out probably for the remainder of the season, it's going to make it real hard for Memphis to kind of compete. Because I was watching the game the Grizzlies had maybe a couple days ago. Jaren Jackson was going off. Like, that guy was huge. Like, he's not just grabbing boards, but he's sitting there getting easy buckets and he's feeding the rock. Like, I was impressed by who this Jaren Jackson guy was, who I think he was highly talked about coming out of college, but no one, you know how people come when they come out of college, usually they're like, oh, they're good, and then they just kind of fizzle away, like a Tyler Hansbrough or Tyler Ulis even.
Absolutely. He's a good player. He's a good player. What were you gonna say, Paul?
No, I didn't say anything.
Paul got nothing to say. He said, you know what? Greg's right about everything. I don't even know why I even bothered debating about him. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
I don't know. The guy you're talking about, I don't really know much about, so that's why.
Okay.
Okay.
See, Paul doesn't pay attention. Yeah, Aaron knows who Jaren Jackson is.
I know who he is, but he's in Memphis, so who cares?
That's a good. I mean, that's a good point.
Greg doesn't have a basketball team, so he has to worry about other basketball teams.
I have to learn everybody's basketball team. It's not just my basketball team; it's everybody's.
He has to figure out what team he's going for each season.
I go for the same 2 teams every year.
It's crazy when a LeBron fan calls somebody else out.
Yeah, right. Like it's insane.
It's crazy. I keep getting Facebook memories of LeBron in the Heat jersey.
I believe that, though.
In my post, hey, you guys counted my team out. Look at us.
I remember that time you were talking all that shit on Facebook during that whole LeBron Heat era. All the trash. But you know what?
I've been a Bulls, Celtics, Cavalier.
Mm-hmm. But it's wild because the first year LeBron was in Miami. Who did he lose to in the conference or in the NBA Finals there?
Who? Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Kidd,
Jason
Monte
Terry.
Ellis?
No.
Jason Terry. Monte Ellis wasn't there? That's messed up. He was really good.
Devin Harris?
Yeah. Hey, wait, who did they beat to get to the championship? Wow. I'm trying to think. Was it Kobe? Might have been Kobe. Kobe, Paul Gasol? Bynum?
Peace.
Metta World Peace? Damn, that's crazy.
It's still wild thinking about
Wait, is that the same Lakers that just – wait, that was the same Lakers that had just won the championship the year before?
2010, yeah.
And they didn't make it back?
No, because Dirk Nowitzki shut
when
him
did
down.
LeBron ever go to the championship and not go? You know what's crazy, though? this is the second year LeBron's a Laker, and it feels like we're like in the fourth year of him being a Laker.
I have to agree with that. Yeah, it does feel super weird. It feels like next year is his contract season. He can go anywhere else again.
I'm like, they said that earlier. They're like, "Oh, LeBron's second season, trying to return to the playoffs," and I'm like, wait, second season? I feel like the Ball brothers and all that stuff have been in the the baby Lakers have been traded to the Pelicans for like years now. At this point, it just feels weird. I don't know. This maybe it's COVID, maybe it's quarantine.
I think it might be a little bit of quarantine because if everything feels like it's decades behind, man. Like especially with right now that we're in August and we're now watching hockey, we're now watching basketball, and it's just resuming from something that should have ended like 3 months ago.
I'm still tripping on these assigned seats.
Assigned
on
seats
the bench, on the bench for the NBA. They got assigned seats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, LeBron can't go sit on his own.
But you know what? I will say though, that bubble, the court looks really good, and I like what the networks do as far as like putting the holographics on there. So like you'll have like the team logo, who's the home team, and then usually their sponsor, but it's not actually on the court. They just kind of do it like a hologram, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Also, it gives you an idea who's home and who's away, because other than that, you're just playing on a white court.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. They did this whole bubble thing worked out.
It did. And I also like the scoreboard in the background that has like fans watching it on Skype or whatever.
Bro, I forgot who was getting whooped. Somebody was getting like 30 piece, and they showed the electronic fans in the back. They were all gone.
The Clippers were beating them. It was the game that the Clippers won. They were blowing them up by like 30.
I forgot who it was, but they were blowing them out, and the team they were blowing them out was the home team. And when they showed the screen, no, it was I don't know. It was
probably the Wizards, because the Wizards were playing bad.
No, I don't think it was.
But they had the fans walking out.
Yeah, the fans were literally, the seats were empty in the back. That's hilarious.
That would be funny to see. I think that's really neat. It's a good way to get the fans involved anyway.
Weezy's one of the fucking sideline court people we're just talking about right now. Fucking Lil Wayne.
That's insane.
Yeah, he's one of the damn Zoom. I'm wondering how they do that. I wonder if I can put up.
Paul's over here trying. He's like, oh, how can I get in this? I want to be like hanging out watching the game with Lil Wayne.
That shit's raw because you can literally see him, Lil Wayne, like a virtual fan on the side.
I did like that. I forget who it was. I was watching a game with. Who was I watching? I was watching a game with somebody, and it was like the Celtics game, and all of a sudden they were talking about Paul Pierce. And then Paul Pierce appeared on the screen. In like the little Zoom thing. And I was like, how fucking funny is that, dude?
Oh, man. OKC fucking them boys up.
OKC, I mean, I don't want to go back.
See how he looked at me like that?
I thought bro, they're down 16.
He put a little emphasis on that.
They're down 16, and they're just chucking up dumbass shit. LeBron's on the fucking bench.
Well, what I'm watching right now currently is the Penguins and the Canadiens. The first quarter, the Penguins they were down 1-0. They're currently up 2-1.
So all I'm saying is the Lakers are the number 1 seed. So
I think the Lakers didn't they already lock up the number 1 seed?
Yeah, they got it yesterday when the Clippers lost to who? Who did they lose to? That's right, the Suns. The Suns. The Phoenix Suns. I'm happy. I'm sorry.
If they went to the playoffs, they're getting swept.
Gallinari is torching the damn Lakers. Crazy. He did a step back 3.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's because the Clippers don't even have Harold or Lou.
Will.
Because
Will's too busy at the strip club.
Was Montrezl Harrell there too?
Nah, he had a family member that died. He left the bubble, I think they said like 20 days ago or something like that. So before they even started. Yeah, nah, he said they said he had a family member that died, so he probably done. I can't blame. I mean, look at the Patriots. There's like 10 Patriots players that said, you know what? Nah, we're good.
That's true.
We'll play next
year. They said, no, we ain't got Brady. So let's give Cam a nice year of practice. Yeah, we'll come back next year. The Lakers are getting fucking torched right now.
From what I recall, someone was claiming the Patriots are going to be doing a tanking of what sorts, so they can grab Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, yeah, I heard about that. I definitely heard about
that. What are your thoughts on like the idea of going ahead and tanking a season for a quarterback as being known as the Patriots? Because, I mean, this is Bill Belichick we're talking here. Bill Belichick, I don't think can tank.
I wish there was a button I could press to make my team tank whenever I want them to.
We're gonna get into your team at some point, but I want to talk about Bill Belichick.
Well, I mean, well, that's what I'm saying. Bill knows better than most coaches. If he can, I mean, what are you going to tell the players? Bill could have told the players, "Hey, I want you guys to say you're not coming because you're sick or you're scared of getting sick." He could tell them that. I wouldn't put it past him. He'd do whatever he can. They all get a break. They all get rest. I don't know how they're going to get paid. I don't know how that's working out. But, I mean,
we know there's guaranteed money in almost everybody's contract, so I'm sure they're just going to work with that.
I mean, I'm sure they, but I'm just saying, like, the people who, who are opting out, if they have, like, a contract that ends this year, like, how does that work? I'm curious. Like, is it going to carry over to next year? Or do they have to sign a new contract? That's going to be really interesting. But I think I like the idea of if Bill's tanking for a pick. Why not? What's he got to play for? Matter of fact, there goes an excuse. I had no players, so how am I going to go to the championship or the playoffs?
I just don't think that Bill Belichick has it in him just to tank. What do you think, Paul?
I think he does.
You think Bill Belichick has it within him to tank? I don't think that man.
I believe that it's going to look like he's trying, but he's Bill Belichick, so he's going to look like he's trying, but it's just not going to work.
He might have been tanking,
and he'll never admit that they tanked. He'll never admit it.
Yeah,
he still doesn't admit that they cheated either. So I guess I know nothing about this Spygate situation.
Cheated? What? No, the Patriots don't cheat. Don't say that. They're the most honorable players, all right? They're Patriots, Americans. They don't cheat.
He's got a good point there. I mean, I can't disagree.
All right,
But let's dive into a little bit of football. Let's talk about someone who hasn't shut the fuck up as of late, from what I've seen on videos all over the internet. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, not that he won't shut the fuck up, but he's very outspoken about the whole idea that I think what they were saying on First Take that he was drinking 3 finger glasses worth of tequila the night that Jordan Love was drafted.
Hey man, look, don't try to. You see how he's smirking a little bit? You see he's smirking?
I've been holding this.
He didn't even mention this.
I've been holding this in.
He's been. Yeah, you've had this idea all day.
All day. I heard that they even asked him about playing for a rival team in the division. Also,
they did, and he started chuckling about it.
Yeah, he didn't say no either. Man. He didn't totally turn it down.
It's a bad man going to the monsters of Midway.
Aaron, if you're watching this, go ahead and go to the Bears, but make sure we get Khalil back. All right? Let's make sure we get something. Give us a pick.
You're getting shit.
I'll take 2 first-round picks from the Bears.
For a 36-year-old quarterback?
Ain't nobody giving up those 2.
Give me a first and a second. Give me a first and a second, and then maybe
you get lucky to get a handshake.
What's that receiver you guys got?
It's COVID out there.
I think we got him there.
You're not getting Khalil Mack. You admit more than
I got it. We got it. If we trade Aaron Rodgers and we don't get a first round, that's crazy.
Dude, I don't think you will. Well, then again, I said the same thing when Antonio Brown. When Antonio Brown got traded, I said there's no way we're not getting anything less than a first round. We get a third and a fourth.
Speaking of Antonio Brown.
Ooh.
How he gets suspended and he's not even on a team.
Well, I think that's what a lot of teams are waiting for to see if they can sign him or not. Is what about the suspension, because they knew he was going to get one, but how long was it?
Yeah.
So, but it's wild to even say that because there's teams already looking into him. I mean, though he's going to have an 8-game suspension. Those teams being the Seahawks and the Ravens.
I can't believe you guys just said Antonio Brown and Aaron Rodgers in the same sentence. How many rings does Antonio Brown have? One?
0.
Or 2? He wasn't there for that second one?
No, he wasn't
I
there
thought
for
he
either.
was. I thought he was.
My bad. I'm sorry.
No, anytime he was playing very good and we were about to go to the playoffs, he was either hurt or he faked an injury.
Oh, now he's faking injuries.
Well, there was an incident where
you see how hurt
Antonio Brown got. He didn't come to meetings. So Mike Tomlin disciplined him on the team. So he suspended him for that game. And the next game, he just said he wasn't going to come out to play.
Look,
and it was a playoff.
Aaron Rodgers has at least 4 more years. I would hope to get a first-round pick for him if we trade him. If we're going to trade him now. Just do it now. Why not?
I think they're going to buy him out of his contract next offseason. Let him walk.
I think that would be ridiculous. I think that would probably be the dumbest thing we ever did. I think it's realistic.
I think it's what's going to really happen.
Nah, make him play. If you're going to try to buy him out, I think we just gave him a bigger contract.
I think Paul and I discussed that. We said that, them drafting Jordan Love was going to be like a Brett Favre situation. I think we've established that early in the podcast. He is now publicly saying it's not a Brett Favre situation.
Well, look, Aaron Rodgers could say what it is, whatever he thinks it is. All right, we all know.
I think he's still going to play. I still think he's going to play for the next 2 years with them. I mean, if he gets traded, he gets traded, but I don't see him leaving.
We're not going to buy him out.
And like what you were about to say, it don't matter what the fuck Aaron Rodgers say. It's going to be a Brett Favre thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if he thinks he's going to stay, if he thinks it doesn't matter, if he thinks it's his job. I don't think any of that matters. I think Love is our new quarterback.
Think about the Green Bay Packers organization and quarterbacks. They handle the Brett Favre situation very poorly. If they're pushing Aaron Rodgers out the door, they're handling this situation even more poorly. So what does that say for the Green Bay Packers organization as far as the concern of the quarterbacks?
I mean, I talk shit about them all the time. What? We have Aaron Rodgers, but we're just not going to spend any money on free agents or get any draft picks or draft any players that we actually need for like a good 10 years. And then for 1 year, we're going to go in free agency. We're going to fire all our coaches and staff. We're going to hire new coaches and staff. For one free agency, we're going to get a bunch of defensive players, like one offensive player, and then we're going to draft a quarterback the next year and say, forget Aaron Rodgers. After we went 13-3. It doesn't really make any sense to me. We went 13-3, almost made it to the Super Bowl. We're 1 game away, and then we're going to draft a quarterback and say, forget Aaron Rodgers, and then try to change the whole scheme again. I don't get it. It doesn't really make sense to me. But as long as we get a pick or something for him, if we're not going to play him.
A futuristic thing, man. I don't think he's going anywhere. He's not going.
But why Jordan Love? I hope he's really good.
Because who else were they going to draft?
They could have drafted next year or the year after. There was wide receivers there. I know Greg wants to.
Yeah, but then you got to think about it. If they do it next year, they're losing a whole year that they could have trained a quarterback.
I'm telling you right now, if the Green Bay Packers want to trade Aaron Rodgers because of how big his contract is, he's only going to get a 5th-round pick.
But the thing is that for the trade to work, you would have to give us either a
pick or a player.
Though. I know, but you got to give us a player or a pick. You can't.
You'll probably get like a bullshitist player. You're not getting a fucking good player. I'm not trading. I'm not trading like a 25-year-old like future star for a guy who has maybe 2 years left.
I think you're lowballing a little too much.
Maybe, but I'm just trying to think. Well, I'm just going to a situation that was with Antonio Brown because again, I thought we were getting at least a first,
I was thinking
second-round
third,
pick, and we got a 4th and a 5th-round pick.
The difference though is the wide receivers' age is different than quarterbacks at the moment. Antonio Brown's at the end of the wide receiver age. Quarterbacks, Tom Brady's still playing. He's what, 45?
Yeah, I mean, at the same,
Aaron Rodgers is only 38, I think. 38?
I think he's only 36.
Might be less, but he's like late 30s. Look, he could play. I think he could play in at least a pretty good Aaron Rodgers go-ish top 5 quarterback in the league for a good 4 years. I think 36. He has good 4 years unless he gets hurt. So he's 36. I remember I was talking about 3 years ago.
His birthday's the day before mine. He's a Sagittarius.
if Aaron Rodgers, I can't remember how many touchdowns he needed a season, but he was going to be able to become number one for ranked number one above, who's it, Drew Brees right now? Done. There's just nothing else to say about him. I know it was going to be a weird attitude right there, but
you know what's wild? His whole like 5 or 6 minute rant was about how great they are and how much Aaron Rodgers is going to stay there. Now no. Oh, he's gone. We're going to trade him.
Look. Like, he's a good quarterback. He'll be a good quarterback for the small future, but he's done with the Packers. I don't think that they're going to keep him. So that's the issue.
Well, obviously, you drafted Jordan Love, yeah.
Both of you say that he's going to get traded within the next year.
I'm actually honestly saying he plays this next season and then he gets bought out of his contract for the next year and he'll become a free agent.
I think he's
here's the thing. If you're not going to keep him forever, then if they don't trade him next year or this year, then it's a waste because then he's just going to go somewhere else. Unless you give him a contract that's going to get him to stay because I think his contract's up the year after next, right? He just signed a rehab.
This year will be 1 year, and then I think it's another year after that.
Yeah, and then that's it. So if you're not going to next year pay him more and give him a contract that's longer and tell him he's going to stay, then I find it pointless to not trade him because at least I think you keep telling me 5th round pick or whatever. I think we're at least get something that's going to be usable than just buying him out or just letting him leave for nothing. It'll be just like freaking KD. I can't believe I just compared him to KD. It'd be just like it'd just be like LeBron when LeBron left.
Still a little sneaky. It was a snake move.
No. We'll say when LeBron left the Heat. Well, I mean, Pat Riley said it was sneaky of LeBron to do that. When LeBron left the Heat to go back to Cavaliers, that's how it would feel if Aaron Rodgers just leaves.
That felt snaky to me still.
What?
Him leaving from Miami to Cleveland when he knew he could keep winning in Miami like an idiot.
Well, could he? I don't know.
Oh, he definitely could. Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne who?
Dwayne Wade. You know, your favorite player in the NBA?
Not that year.
Wow, did you see how he just like switched up like that, Paul? Like that.
I swear.
Not that year, yo. He didn't even play.
So hold on. You're telling me that you don't think that if LeBron stood with the Heat, that they could have won more championships?
No, I think that was it. Unless I'm not gonna blame Bosh, but Bosh got hurt after. Remember, he got his whole lung issue that year, coming up year.
Yeah,
so technically, he would have been gone if we're going by how history actually happened. But also, Dwayne Wade only played. He missed like over 30 games that season.
But having LeBron in a situation like that, he could have went out and him and Dwayne Wade could have got another big man to replace Bosh.
I think my thing is, I don't think Dwayne Wade was Dwayne Wade anymore.
If LeBron never left, maybe that wouldn't even have happened.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to go by how, like, Bosh got hurt with his lung, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Hypertension, whatever it was. Blood clots. If you're saying that that doesn't happen, I think it's different. I think Bosh and LeBron would get somebody else instead of Dwayne Wade, which is going to sound crazy. And then that
sounds buck wild.
Or Dwayne Wade would have taken a back seat. Dwayne Wade missed. I'm telling you, Dwayne Wade missed over 30 games that season. I can't remember how much it was.
Who did they lose? Who did they lose to?
They lost to the
Spurs. Warriors.
Warriors won a thing yet. I think it was the Spurs.
Spurs.
It had to be the Spurs.
This was the last one with
that was when Kawhi. That was when Kawhi locked down LeBron.
Lockdown?
That's funny you bring that up.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna
Kawhi
be
has
locked
less
down
nobody
again.
that was young Kawhi when he was locking up LeBron.
Before he took a season off and was hurt. You know,
We're not talking about that.
I'm just can't bring up everybody else and then shit on LeBron like that. I'm just
I know Paul's been keeping up with a little bit of the Cubbies, but like everyone keeping up with a little bit of the baseball and all these bombers that have been getting sent out of the fucking parks.
No.
Judge smacking
Aaron
bombs
Judge,
left and right.
He smacked one, I think, just a little bit ago, I believe.
Look at these errands, you know? Look at these errands doing errand work. I should have played sports. I probably would have been good.
Let's look at these Pauls, like Chris Paul torching the fucking Lakers right now. Lakers are down 19.
Let's look at
damn, how many rings does Chris Paul have?
Let's look at nothing.
Bro, I want the Lakers to win. Bro, I'm going for the Lakers. They're just getting their ass handed to them.
I'm just going on your name. I'm like, I was gonna say, well, between Chris Paul and Paul Pierce,
that's where we're going.
it's only 2 rings.
That's where we're going.
I can name a few errands. I can't. I don't know.
I can name
Aaron Rodgers got one.
Remember?
Who else?
It's tied now.
Aaron Judge don't got none.
What about Aaron McKee?
Aaron who?
I don't know who that is.
You remember Aaron McKee was a player for
76ers?
What was that, the 2001, 2002 76ers?
He played with the 76ers?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I went all the way back. Also, my dad said Allen Iverson wasn't a good. He didn't like Allen Iverson. He said Allen Iverson wasn't as good as everyone thinks he was. I was like, Dad, you're insane. I was like, Dad, did you like basketball?
Yeah, I don't know how you say that.
Yeah, I
think all those little players were overrated, you know?
I'm like, that dude set up.
I mean, well, MLB wise, Chicago teams are doing pretty decent.
The Cubs are doing really well. Chris Bryant's been balling.
Yeah,
I guess
teams.
the White Sox are.
White Sox are 7-4. Cubs are 8-2.
Okay.
White Sox said it's a 60-game season. We have a chance.
Good luck.
But
Let's see how that goes.
When they get that cross city game, the Cubbies versus the White Sox, we all know it's going to probably be like a 9-10 game KO for the fucking Cubbies.
Let's talk about these dumbass teams that can't keep their hands to themselves and they're testing fucking positive for fucking corona.
What was that? That was the Marlins and the
Marlins. Phillies had a couple people, but that was, I think, the Phillies was before the season started. Then the dumbass Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals. That's who.
I just think it's crazy that the one sport that you don't have too much contact next to each other, and then you wear gloves pretty much for half of it, that you're the ones having the biggest outbreaks in sports.
Because they're doing some extra shit. They should have just put them in a bubble.
I'm going to throw a side note in here that the NHL has had exactly 0 cases of coronavirus.
And that's what I'm saying. They wear protective gear.
So have the Cubs.
I think the Pirates.
The NBA bubble hasn't had any as of late. They've been 0. Haven't had any.
Yeah, as far as
I think that's what they should have done with the MLB. Each fucking
that's a lot of players.
AL and NL Central should have had one disclosed location. The East from each side, the West from each side.
That's smart.
A bubble in each conference. That would have made a lot of sense.
But, okay, because I was going to say, if you're trying to put, when you said
not all together.
I'm like, that's like 300 players.
It's just kind of weird though, because if you think like that's a good concept, but everyone has different ballpark sizes, so it'd be weird to like everyone had to play in one. I don't know. It's just
different times, different magic. It is what it is. Ambulance. Welcome to Chicago.
We got some ambulance interference. Welcome to Chicago.
No. My gunshots.
Fucking Chicago every day.
All right.
But I mean, the sports are back, guys. That's all. I jizzed about it earlier in the show. Sports are back.
Did you say you jizzed about it earlier?
Yeah, earlier.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Erected penis.
Clarification. Oh, yeah. Wow.
It was like a flag. It was a flag that needed planted.
Yeah, I'm just need to stop with this.
That's how happy with sports are back. But with that being said, we're gonna end it here. Aaron, where can we find you on social media, my friend?
Not even producer.
Not even producer.
We're gonna get that social media up in the next month. We're gonna try to figure out some content to put on there because my other Twitter is just full of OnlyFans, and that's where everybody's Twitter should look like. That's what it all should look like. That's the life right there.
Well, I mean, you guys have the idea of doing the 2K content with me, but you guys are slacking on it. So, Paul, where can everyone find you on social media?
You see Greg always hits a shot in the outro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's because I interrupt him in the intro. That's
it's funny how
gotta get his payback. Find me on Twitter, PaulieDG89. That's about it.
And you guys
just on Twitter. Only on Twitter. I see. I gotta make a joke about that too.
And you guys can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/theghostnamegreg. Find me on Twitter at ghostnamegreg, and Instagram the ghostnamegreg. I emphasize the.
And you can find me carrying them on whatever game they're playing when they're streaming if I'm playing with them. Okay.
Yeah, we were going to stream last time.
Keyword, if.
Well, you know what? Hey, I got the C40 controller back. I'm ready to jump back on.
Greg had some good Call of Duty moments.
Aaron and I, first match we played on PC, we finished top 5. We both had 2 kills, and there was great execution between the two of us. You guys will probably see that. I'm probably going to stream it on my PlayStation next time. Now that I got my C40 controller, I'm ready to ball out on it.
It's all about the military call-outs. Right? Well, you got to call out everything.
You guys want to get on some Call of Duty?
Yeah, right. I'll get on some. You about to get on some? I'll get on some Call of Duty.
You know what? I mean, that's a great way to end the stream. We're going to play some Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Come on, Aaron.
-1.
See, I said I'd play Apex later, but see, you just always got those shots.
Yeah, but there's Call of Duty. All right, guys.
All right.
Good episode. I'll talk to you guys later. And also, guys, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Leave a like.
We've been failing that. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of likes. We haven't been getting a lot of comments. So let's go.
Put a bunch of LeBron James as the GOAT in the comment section.
We're ending it right there. We're ending it right there. LeBron James isn't the GOAT. It's Michael Jordan.
Who?
You heard, sorry.